So God can give you a warning if we listen that, okay, this situation you're about to go into is not going to be a great situation, but I'm still sending you into it, which means He's going to protect you in the situation. It's all going to come out successfully. So we need to learn to listen, not to our minds, because your mind looks at situations and it all makes sense. But something inside will tell you, well, something's wrong with that. Or just the opposite could happen. Your mind can say, well, that's not going to work, and that doesn't make any sense. But something inside is telling you, don't worry about it, it's all going to be okay. So in this case, that's what's going on with Paul. Thank you, sir. That it didn't look good from the outside, and everybody else said, oh, you shouldn't do that. But something inside of Paul said, no, go ahead, it's okay, it's all going to work out. So Paul gets to Jerusalem. They warned him when he got there. There's people here who are trying to get you, Paul. So here's how you can fool them. Just go ahead and take the Nazarite vow, and then they will think that you're really holy. And when you show up at church and consecrate yourself, then they'll be, on your side. Except what happened is when you showed up at church, that is when they grabbed you. So they got Paul, right? They got him. They are they're starting to beat him and stone him, and the Romans show up. So it's the Jews that have him, and Paul's Jewish, and it's the Jews that have Paul. The Romans show up to rescue him. And then Paul says, wait, Romans, let me speak to the people. That'll calm them down. But that just got them further upset. So then, they were about to whip him again. He appealed to the council. Let me talk to the top people. And then they'll understand me. They'll get me. So this is Paul still trying to save his life. Remember last week they were whipping him. They were just about to whip him. Yeah. When he said, wait, I'm a Roman. And if you're a Roman, we can't really whip you without a trial. So let's find out what is going on. So now he's standing in front of the council, not just the average everyday person who's mad at Paul. But these are the Pharisees, the top people that he was giving him earlier in life. So let's start reading Acts chapter 23, verse 1.
Then Paul, looking earnestly at the council, said, men and brethren, I have lived in all good conscience before God until this day.
So Paul said, I've lived in all good conscience before God. Everything I've done in my life, my conscience has not checked me. Because I've lived in all good conscience, always trying to do my best. Is that an accurate statement? Yeah. So when he was persecuting people, trying to kill them, that was cool. Is that what you're saying?
He was doing his best to persecute and kill people.
Well, now he's not saying
but he also
I've done my best. He's saying I've lived in good conscience. My conscience didn't check me. So he's not saying how hard he was working.
but he thought he was working for God.
Say that again?
He thought he was doing that.
He thought he was working for God. Yeah. So that's what he's saying. All my life, what I've ever done, I thought I was doing what's right for God, in front of God. So my conscience did not check me. Now there was a certain point when God checked him, but his conscience didn't check him, and we're separating the voice of God from your conscience right now. Okay, so there are things that we know are wrong, and that you do them anyway. You're ignoring your conscience. Something in you tells you that's wrong, but you do it anyway. So the speed limit is 50, but you go 60. But you knew it was wrong. So you can't say, well, in all good conscience, I didn't know. You ignored your conscience, because your conscience says don't do that. So your conscience will tell you right and wrong, as far as what you know. As far as what you know. So we've all been taught certain things, and that's what we're following to this day. And sometimes you go against what you know to be right or wrong. So Paul thought he was doing what was right. At a certain point, God intervened. And so we're going to discuss this because it's an interesting, because people ask me sometimes, what about people in other countries who they've never heard about God, they don't know anything about God? They don't know anything about Jesus. They don't know anything about Jesus. So are they going to go to hell because, they're raised on some island somewhere and no one ever taught them about Jesus? And the way it works is something in you makes you aware of God, and you either believe there is a God or you decide there isn't a God. So you look at the universe, you look at the stars, and something in you will say, there must have been a God that created this. And then you either listen to that, so that's where the first decision comes, and this is where God will judge people. When the universe told you there was a God, when you looked at nature, you looked at the stars and the sky, and something said there was God, did you believe that or not? So if you live on some desert island, no one ever preached Jesus to you, he will hold you accountable for whether or not you believe what he was showing you. Right? So did you believe there was a God or not? And then secondly, if you did believe there was a God, did you decide to put yourself under him or not? Because there are a lot of people who believe there's a God, but they don't want to hear it from him. The people who have been brought to church when they were little kids, they're aware there's a God, but later on when they're growing up, they don't want to hear about God. They know there's a God, but they want to do their own thing, right? And so God will judge you according to that much. If you're on some desert island somewhere,
I got a brother like that.
once you determine, yeah, there's a God, did you devote your life to serving that God and finding out what he wants? Because if there's a God who created everything, then he's probably bigger than you, you need to listen to him. Or did you say, nope, I'm going to do my own thing? And you'll be judged according to that. And that still has nothing to do with Jesus. So if you live on some desert island and never heard about Jesus, he's just still going to judge you. He always judges us according to what we know. And the more you know, that's too bad. Because the more you know, the more responsible you are. Oh, you heard the truth? You went and somebody preached this to you and you still didn't listen? You're responsible for that one time that somebody came up to you and said, blah, blah, blah. And you said, I don't want to hear that. God said, I'm sorry. You heard that. But you'd be better off had you not heard that. Sometimes you'll see practices like that in the Bible. You'd be better off if you never heard it. But then you're not responsible. You're only responsible for what you know. So Paul is saying, I live in all this time. Even though I'm persecuting Christians,
Oh, wow.
I thought I was doing the right thing. My conscience never checked me at that point. So let's think 1 Timothy chapter 1, verse 13.
Although I was formerly a blasphemer, a persecutor, and a tested man, but I obtained mercy because I did it ignorantly and unknowingly.
So he's aware now, he was blaspheming, that he was persecuting people. Now he's aware of that. But at the time, he says he was doing ignorantly and unbelief. He thought he was doing the right thing. In fact, John chapter 16, verse 2. I'm going to read that.
They will put you out of the synagogue. Yes, the time is coming that whoever kills you will think that he offers God's service.
Right. So Jesus is telling the disciples, they're going to keep you out of the synagogues. In fact, they're going to persecute you, try to kill you, and they think they're offering God's service. They're not thinking they're doing the wrong thing. So and he's talking about Paul. Paul's about to come and start persecuting you. And they'll think they're doing the right thing. So their conscience didn't check you because you're not fighting yourself. Someone has taught you a certain thing. And we wonder about that because as we're reading the Bible more, the things that we're learning, and we're going, oh man, we used to do that in the old days, but it turns out that we shouldn't have done that. Like, the Lord watches between you and me so that I don't kill you. It's not always the best way to get your service. Maybe it is actually. But that scripture, we realize they're not really saying a good thing, they're saying a bad thing. But we did it ignorantly and unbelief. So God's not mad about that. Does that make sense? God's not, I can't believe you did it. You think you're doing the right. So if somebody trains you to do certain things and you're trying to be obedient to that, and you think God likes it, that's fine. God's not mad at you about those things. It's only a matter of you about what you know. And then once you know the truth, once you find out at whatever point, do you still go back to that old thing that you now know is wrong, or do you change? Now you're responsible for the truth that you do know. But you're only ever responsible for what you know. So in Romans chapter 1, verse 18 through 20.
For the wrath of God is revealed from heaven against all ungodliness and unrighteousness of men, who suppress the truth and unrighteousness, because they know that God manifest to them what God has shown to them.
So the wrath of God comes against people who suppress the truth. You know the truth, but you're suppressing it. You're not listening to it. So when God, once God has told you, you should stop doing that. You need to put that pack of cigarettes away. I'm just making that up. Whatever that thing is, you should stop speeding. You know the speed limit is, this is your third ticket. This is the fourth time you've gotten in a car accident or almost gotten in a car accident. So you think, oh, I'm going to do that again. Once you know the truth, now the wrath of God is standing before you. And there'll be consequences. So his mercy was cool before because you didn't realize. But once it's revealed to you, then you now consequences are coming towards him. That makes sense, right? So a little baby who tears apart a toy or sticks his hand in ice cream and they don't know any better, right? You're not saying how to do that because they don't know any better. But then once they know better and then they do it on purpose. The ones who look right at you and keep doing it, you're saying no. And they just look at you and they're gonna do like what you gonna do about it. Now they know. Now they're just defiant. And so if they get caught, now you can slap that hand. Because they know the truth, right? So it doesn't matter if they were doing a wrong thing before, we don't punish them for that. But once they know and then they still do it anyway, that's when the consequences. So he says the wrath of God is revealed against all ungodliness and unrighteousness who suppress the truth. You now know the truth. It says, because what may be known of God, God has shown it to them. They've seen miraculous things. And they still think, no, I don't believe there's a God. Well, how can you say there's no God? Look at that miracle that just happened. Look at this. But that's their choice now. They're choosing to say there's no God. They really could. Or they realize there's a God, but they're still going to do their own thing. Yeah, there's a God, but he's on vacation, or I don't feel like listening to him. You know, we just put God in the back burner, we just do our own thing. So then you can't get upset when consequences come your way. And that's when you're by the wrath of God. Why is this happening? Because God told you not to do that, and you kept doing it. And he was merciful at first. But now you just take advantage now. And that's how we operate. You know, this is my third time having told you that, so no, you're not getting upset this time. If you keep doing that, then if you keep letting somebody at the hook, you're just training them that there are no consequences for what they do. A friend of mine is going through that right now. They are quite wealthy, this family. But this son keeps messing up, doing drugs and stuff like that. And they warned him and warned him and warned him and, okay, next time. And they told him, so this is what white wealthy families were able to do. They said, we're going to kick you out if you do it one more time. And we'll buy you a mobile home. Put you in it. And that's his punishment. Which is amazing to me. That's punishment. Well, yeah, we're kicking him out of the house, but we're gonna buy him. But he can't come back in his house. Now, to him, that's horrible. That's horrifying. Most of us wish mom would put us out and get him home. Hey, put me out, please. You want to just pay for it? But to him, that was horrifying. So he just kept messing, and they just kept delaying it. Like 5 years ago, they said, this is the last time. And finally, last week, they said, this is the last time. Because they found drugs in this room again. And so they told him, you want the mobile home or not? And he actually, well, okay, how about you give me an apartment? Yes. Rich white people. So he's bargaining with them. But they stood their ground this time. No, the mobile home or nothing. And they were shocked that he actually asked for an apartment. I said, well, because you kept moving the goalpost, you know. He thinks, right, because you kept saying, well, next time, okay, this is the last time. And it's been 5 years. They told me 5 years ago they were ready to put him out. So they stood their ground, and he didn't want the mobile home. So, okay. So he just, I know. So he walked out. Stayed with a friend for a night, and he came back. Okay. Now, you sure I can't have an apartment? I mean, but that's what happens when if you don't get consequences, you just don't think you're ever going to get consequences. I told him, he never believed that you're going to put him out. So, but they stood their ground. Yes. And so, they said, well, there's this place called Sober Living, and you can go stay there. You don't want the mobile home. But we are not buying an apartment. They drew the line. But if we don't, I mean, so God is not that way.
Give me the
And
mobile
that's
home.
what we would be that kid.
I'm gonna live
If
wherever I
there
want.
were no consequences.
There you go.
God kept saying,
All
okay,
you
well,
gotta do is
that's
pay
all right.
registration.
So eventually,
Make
consequences
sure you
have
have
to show up.
registration on it.
So that we learn God means what he says. You know, so
And
he's
that's
gonna
right.
let you not get in an accident 3 times, but the 4th time you get in an accident. Because you weren't learning the lesson you were learning is, I can do whatever I want, God will just come at the last minute and make sure I don't get in an accident.
Everything. She said she
As
took
opposed to I should slow down. We're not learning I should slow down.
She said she
lesson,
died.
right?
The pain. She
We're
said she died.
learning, God comes through.
I thought about it.
So I just keep doing what I'm
She said she
doing.
died of pain.
And then miraculously God, but that's not gonna happen every time. You're gonna get an accident, you're gonna get that ticket.
To the
or
street
you're gonna
car.
get- You know, but I'm just using those examples.
Both sides.
Whatever that thing is, you're gonna hit your back this time, or, you know, what God said.
They got some generators
Come
over
up and
there.
now use your knees when you pick that up. Yeah.
Like when
Then
we
suddenly
at
you put your
my
back up.
yard, they ain't got nothing but mobile home.
God said 5 years
I'll
ago, you tell you to use your knees when you pick something up. But we just think I don't have to
With that
listen.
mobile home
So
for
you're,
about
you
10
know what you
grand.
should do, but you're ignoring what your conscience is telling you. So the wrath of God comes against people who, when God shows you what to do, when God shows
Yeah,
you
it's
himself,
worth the rent.
you just ignore it. Eventually consequences
It's
come.
cheaper than what you paying.
And then what do you do about it?
You
Okay,
see the people that
Romans
have nice
chapter
cars
2,
parked
verse
in their
14
own
through
mobile
15.
homes and
Yeah.
stuff. And they go to work and everything. I don't know where they shower at. They probably, I don't know where they shower. It depends on how nice they are.
So what does that mean? The Gentiles, they don't have the law. They never,
25,
no one ever came down and said, here's the 10 Commandments to them. But by nature, they know what the law is. They know that you should be good to people and kind to people. Right, so the law is written in their hearts, basically, is what God's saying. I reveal, whether you ever read the Bible or not, you still know right and wrong. I have taught that to you. God finds a way to teach that to everybody. So everybody knows what's right and what's wrong.
24-hour fitness. Got
So by nature, it says they know what the law said, even though they never
She invited me over for
read the
tacos.
Bible. They still know what it means to be a good person, what to be a bad person. They might choose to be a bad person and think they're getting away with something, but eventually you get caught. Eventually you get caught. You don't want to be like Pharaoh and have God keep promoting you,
They
because
had
then
free
when you get
Wi-Fi.
caught, it's big
Watch
caught in
Netflix
front of
literally
everybody.
on my tab.
Right? You want to get in trouble early. We get upset. I always love instant judgment. Like, oh, good, got that out the way. I went ahead and tripped right over. He said, tie your shoes, and 2 minutes later, I tripped over. I'm so glad that it happened, immediately, because you don't want the consequences to build up and build up and build up. Because the longer it takes for those consequences to happen, the bigger the explosion. And so God will let certain people just get away with stuff for a long time, and then he'll get them. But that depends on their attitude. But unfortunately, we think the longer we get away with stuff, we think we're really getting away with it, but we're not. God will let you guys do it. So everybody knows, it says. God says everybody knows And these people, even they don't have the Ten Commandments, they become a law for themselves. They tell themselves, well, you should be good to one another, you should do that. And then they're judged by how they follow their conscience, whether anybody ever came to them and said, Jesus said it, they still understand the laws of nature. I still revealed myself to them. And then are we going to listen to our conscience or not? That's what the question is. Go on. So who to show the work of the law?
Who show the work of the law written in their hearts, the conscience also bearing witness and between themselves and the law, refusing or else excusing.
Right. So their conscience bears it witness. We know what we should do, and either our thoughts will accuse us or excuse us. Your thoughts will say, you know you're wrong, or not. But you know what to do. You know what to do, and you're just gonna be held. You can't say, well, no one, every person came up to me and said, yes, someone did, or God did, or you wrote it in your heart, and we're just gonna be judged for whether we're just following God. What our conscience is. And people say, well, how do I'm trying to hear the voice of God. You're hearing it every day. You hear it every day. God talks to you and says, you should slow down. And say, oh, well, there's no police around, and then you speed up. That was God. So he's always talking to us, and so eventually consequences come. And we wonder why we're in the situation we are. But we don't have an excuse. Our God accuse us or excuse us. Okay, so he's saying, I've been a good Christian all this time. No, I've been all good conscience. I've lived before God even until this day. Acts chapter 23, verse 2.
And the high priest and the mighty commanded those who stood by him to strengthen him.
So they got mad, like, slap him. Because he was too lazy to slap himself. So the high priest is there because Paul's accusing them of all going to hell. That's why he's there now. Because Paul's saying, the Gentiles are all going to get saved and all of you are going to hell. And everything I've said, I've lived in good conscience before God. So if that upsets you, you have to blame God, not me. And then, oh no, I blame you. And they slap you. Now here's another instance we're going to read about where somebody got slapped for saying something that nobody liked. We're in 1 Kings, chapter 22. The king of Israel and the king of Syria are about to join forces and go and attack somebody. But they want to know if they should do it or not. Are they going to win? So they consulted all their prophets. And all the prophets said, yes. I spoke to God and God said, yes, you should go. So Jehoshaphat stops and says, wait, let's check one more prophet. So let's read verse 7 and 8.
And Jehoshaphat said, is there not still a prophet of the Lord here that we may inquire of him? So the king of Israel said to Jehoshaphat, there is still one man, Micaiah, the son of Imlah, by whom we may inquire of the Lord. But I hate him, because he does not prophesy good concerning me, but evil.
Right. He's a prophet of the Lord, but he never says anything good. When I say to him, should I go stab that person in the head, he always says, no, you're in trouble with that. So he says, he never prophesies anything good, which means he already had an answer that he wanted from him. And that's a lot of times when we pray, we already have the answer. Lord, should I go? Oh, God said yes. Well, no, he didn't. We already wanted the yes. We weren't really sincerely asking. We already have the plan in our head, and we're just asking for God's permission to go ahead and do what we already plan to do. We're not asking God, should I do it or not? And whenever they went to this prophet, they already knew they wanted him to say yes, because they already had their mind made up they were going to do it. I would love to go to one business meeting in church or something where we have a plan, we start initiating and we pray about it, and then we all go, oh, we shouldn't do that thing we just voted on in an hour. God's saying we shouldn't do that. We've never done that. We just pray to go ahead and do it. As though God always says yes to every single thing that we come up with.
Just to do that.
We're not that smart. You know what I mean? Something that we come up with has to not be right, but I've never seen us plan something and then suddenly go, wait, no, wait. God's saying stop. And that's what they're saying. We already have our plans, but Micaiah, he never says yes. He always says no. It makes me mad. So they go to him Verse 11.
Now Zedekiah, the son of Chenaanah, had made horns of iron for himself, and he said, Thus says the Lord, with these you shall gore the Syrians until they are destroyed.
Right. So Jehoshaphat and the king of Israel had decided they were going to go out against the Syrians. And Zedediah, he prophesied, and he said, yes, you're going to gore the Syrians, and you should go. And he'd already done that, right? So they've gotten all the confirmation, and people will confirm what you want to do. I'm going to go buy that car. I'm going to buy that house. I'm going to do that. Yeah, you should do that, man. And you get all the people around you who always, we don't like the people who say, no, you shouldn't do that. We don't let them be our friends too much. Because we want people to say, yes, oh yeah, no, I totally understand why you're doing that. You don't want people to say, that's crazy. So we surround ourselves with the yes people, and that's what they did. Now, so verse 13.
Then the messenger who had gone to call Micaiah spoke to him, saying, Now listen, the words of the prophets which one accord encourage the king. Please let your word be like the word of the dead, and speak encouragement.
Right, so everything the king has heard has been yes. So when you go to him, please give him the same. Please say yes. So don't make this man mad. And sometimes that's why we say yes to people. We don't want them to be upset. So we go, yes, God wants you to do that. Mm-hmm.
Isn't that being in the neighborhood?
Yes, it is. And that's what we do. How many friends do you have that you keep just when they say no, they're usually wrong? You don't keep friends around us who say, no, that's wrong, that's wrong. That hurt. I had to cut them off. They were harshing my husband. Whatever that phrase is. I'm so kidding. I know all good friends. But they were putting me down. They were my mellow. Something. Oh, I heard that the other day. Try to use it. Apparently I should not do that. Anyway, we don't like the people who discourage us, so we cut them off. So they said to Micaiah, please, say the right thing. Now we got to look at, the only way to learn is to look at this and say, now where do I do that? It's easy to look at the Bible and say, most people are so stupid. But they're just like us. So once we have a plan, we don't like the people that say you can't do that. Be positive, encourage one another, But one of those people, that might be God saying, you should not do that. But we don't listen to that person. So he said, please let your word be like the word of one of them and speak encouragement. Verse 14.
And Micaiah said, As the Lord lives, whatever the Lord says to me, that I will speak. Then he came to the king, and the king said to him, Micaiah, shall we go to war against Ramoth Gilead, or shall we refrain? And he answered him, Go and prosper, for the Lord will deliver it into the hand of the king.
So he said, yes, go and prosper, for the Lord will deliver it into the hand of the king. Because that's what he wanted to hear. That's what the king wanted to hear. Go on, verse.
So the king said to him, How many times shall I make you swear that you tell me nothing but the truth?
So even the king knew he was just making that up. I told you to tell me the truth because he knew he was going to. Because the king knew he wasn't supposed to do it. So he's waiting for this guy to say, no, you shouldn't do it. And yet he said, yes, go. That's what you want to hear. That's what you want to hear. You know you're not supposed to do it, but you want to hear, yes, go and do it. So sometimes God will let you hear all the yeses then. Because I've already told you no, but you only want to hear yes. So go ahead. I'll step back and I'll let the yeses come in. But I've already told you no. And we want God to really do a really big sign. Right? Please cover that priest with snow in front of my eyes. Make my car fly up in the air, and then I'll know. He's already said no in your heart. You already know no. But if you won't listen, God doesn't keep saying no. He keeps. God, that's the rudeness of God, which will be the first book that I write. The rudeness of God. He was going to say it once. He's not going to say it again. Did any of you have somebody in your life who said, I've already said no once? Oh, that's your story. And I'm not going to say it again. Because they don't want you. When I said no, I meant no. And that's it. I don't want you to think that you can keep coming back and I'm going to eventually change. So I'm not even going to say it again. I said that no that one time. And if you do it, consequences. So God, once he says no and you ignore him, when you ask him again, he's not going to change his mind. Now we have to change your mind, people, like my rich white friend, you just keep changing their mind. That's not how God operates. So we can't go to God again, but we think we did because we had someone in our life that we could change. There was somebody who you know, well, you ask them sweetly or you wait a day, they'll change their mind. So we think God is that way. God's already said no, but if I just wait and ask God again, he'll change.
We have a little boy at school, he's a kid, and I guess his parents changed their mind, and he would try to wear you down with the same thing.
Right.
So there's no
He knows not right. But obviously he knows that works with his parents. He just keeps on. Then they'll say, okay, fine, just to shut that person up. God doesn't change. I am the Lord, I change not. So he doesn't change. We're not going to wear God down or he forgot what he said 10 years ago. God doesn't, what did I tell that person? Granny might do that, but God remembers what he said 10 years ago. So he doesn't, so if he told you and gave you a permission to do something, it's still there. If God spoke something to your heart, it's still there. It doesn't change, he doesn't vary. But we think we can change it. So we just keep doing different things. But God is like, no, this is how I told you you have to solve that problem. And until you go to that person and ask forgiveness or whatever that thing is, he's not gonna, that's it. That's it. Yes, sir.
I had a situation like that. My son, he was at school and he seen the parents drop the child off, but the parents were not a normal parents.
Okay.
It was not a husband and wife, it was two women. So my son just said something in the class,
Right.
and I didn't know how to deal with that. I didn't know, should I punish him for saying that? Because really, he really just seeing what he sees.
Yeah, but you didn't have to say.
I know, right? So what I did was I told him, you just gotta stay in your lane. Don't disrespect him. Sometimes you just see things, you just don't say nothing at all.
Right.
But at the same time, you also have to respect people with that statement.
Right. Now, what does that have to do with?
Because it has a lot to do with that, because sometimes we see things and we say things and you're not supposed to even say it. You say it and think it's cool. You don't know that you said the words you say hurt people's feelings.
Right. Right. And that's good to teach respect. You don't have to say everything you're thinking when you see somebody. You let somebody know you ain't got no leg. You don't have to say everything you're thinking. Right. So just because you see something, you didn't have to say it to that person. That's a good lesson to learn.
No, I'm just saying that because of the world we live in now. The world I live in, I didn't see that. The world we live in now, you see things like that. Like even when I go to work, I see people that.
Right, but you don't have to comment on it. So that's a good lesson for him to learn. Whatever he sees, you have those people and say, here's others, but you don't have to.
I know what my first reaction was, I should look you.
Right.
And I had to think about it like, well, you really don't need something.
You need something though. Or he learns, that's what God's teaching us. However we react and discipline our kids, that's what they learn. Oh. There you go. So, the king says to him, please, I told you to tell me the truth. So, verse 23.
Therefore, the Lord has put a lying spirit in the mouth of all these prophets of yours, and the Lord has declared.
The lion spirit.
So he's getting the truth. But now he says, you just have to be careful with the Hebrew. The Lord has allowed a lying spirit in the mouths of all these people. He's allowed them to lie to you, and you know it's a lie. And you knew I was going to tell you the truth. Because he says, tell me the truth. So you know what the truth is. You just wanted to hear me lie. And so he tells him the truth. God has allowed a lying spirit. If you know the truth, but you want to hang out with people who are going to tell you, oh yeah, you should go ahead and do that. God will let you do that. He won't blow you up. Because you already know the truth. So, but if that's what you want to hear, God will step back and let you hear that. But he only does that if you know the truth, but choose to believe a lie. He'll let you hear the lie over and over again. You're kind of stuck with that. Now, that's the opposite of what Paul said earlier, where I thought I was doing the right thing. So God didn't punish him for that. If you think you're doing the right thing, there's a point where Paul finally heard the truth on the road to Damascus. And then he had a choice how to respond to that or not. But he thought he was doing the right thing. In this case, this person knows they're doing the wrong thing and wants to do the wrong thing and wants to keep doing the wrong thing and is hoping somebody will say, yeah, that's okay, you should do that. So finally the prophet steps forward, and God knew this was going to happen. God didn't say, how did Micaiah get there? He knew, okay, this king's going to hear the right thing. And he said, God put a lying spirit in the mouth of all those prophets. He allowed all those prophets to lie to you. But he's declared disaster against you. It's all going to go bad if you go. I'm telling you that. That all those people were wrong. I'm telling you the truth. So here's what happened. Zedekiah just prophesied, you're going to win, right? Put up these horns. God has told me you're going to win. So verse 24.
Now Zedekiah the son of Chenaanah said, which way did the Spirit of the Lord go from these?
Right, because he's just positive. He's just positive that he heard the truth. So, the Spirit of the Lord told me, and you're trying to say that Spirit of the Lord in you, and if it is that way, if we feel like the Lord has told us something, and then somebody says, well, the Lord told me the opposite, we get upset. Well, the Lord told me to do that. Well, the Lord told me you shouldn't do that. Instead of saying, oh, well, let me go and pray and check it out. I feel like I something different, but let me humble myself. I may have heard wrong. Instead, we'll double down. No, I said the Lord told me to do this. And we just get haughtier and more upset. How dare you challenge me? Instead of thinking, well, maybe because none of us are perfect. Maybe I didn't hear the Lord. So Zedekiah had a chance to say, maybe I didn't hear God. Maybe I'm wrong. You should always do that. You shouldn't ever say, I know what the Lord told me. You should always say, well, let me pray again. Because one of us is not hearing right. It could be me. So if you stand your ground, you get in trouble. Zedekiah slapped him. How did the Lord leave me and come to you? I know what the Lord said to me. And he slapped him on the cheek, just like they slapped Paul. Because Paul's saying, you're not hearing the Lord correctly. I've been sent to preach to the Gentiles. Jesus died. We're seeing all this stuff, and that's not what they believe. So they slapped him. And that's how we respond when someone does something contrary to what we believe. Because we very strongly believe what we believe. But even if you strongly believe it, because I'll hear someone teach scripture differently than I've ever heard it. And at first, like, what? But I just say, well, maybe that's right. Let me go check it out. Let me investigate. Years ago, I used to believe that Jesus became sin on the cross. In fact, that he died spiritually and that he became sin. And when I heard somebody say, no, he was a sin offering, he didn't become sin, he became a sin offering. I stood up like, what are you? I took out my Bible. I said, oh no, we're going forward. But then I said, well, let me check this out. Maybe I could be wrong. Let me look at all these different scriptures. Oh my goodness. I've been teaching that wrong for years now.
So when I said it became sin, you just said the Bible said it became sin. It became a sin offering.
Became a sin offering. Yeah.
On our interpretation of it, we just thought that it became sin.
Right. If you're reading entire rest of the Bible, it always says sin offering. At that one place, the person used a phrase, but was quoting these other scriptures.
Oh, he didn't quote it.
Right. Because he knew that we would know what he meant. Because the lamb didn't become a sin, it's always a sin offering. So he knew that we would know what they meant. But sometimes they didn't realize that we don't read the whole Bible. We just read little verses here and there. But they only had the Old Testament. The New Testament was brand new. So everybody always read the whole Old Testament. We only read the New Testament because the Old Testament seems boring to us. And they're often quoting the Old Testament in the New Testament. You know, this is a part of the scriptures they figure before you know the Old Testament. So I need to quote the whole Testament. Well, not what we have to do. Because we always read a little bit. So, but I got very upset when someone said, what are you talking about? I had taught it and everything like that. But then you just have to investigate. So we always have that opportunity where God will show us the truth. And then are we going to believe it or not? Are we going to go with it or not? Something will say you should slow down. Something will say you should change. Are we going to go, But once he says that to your heart, you no longer can be innocent. You no longer say, oh, I didn't know. Yeah, you did. God showed it to you. You just chose to believe it. You so strongly wanted to keep doing what you were doing. So strongly wanted to believe what you were believing. So they reacted to Paul by slapping him. How dare you say that? They reacted to Micaiah, who said you're going to lose by slapping him. How dare you say that? Now, of course, they went out and lost. And they can't blame God. And this is the king of Israel, who supposedly was serving God. But he already had his mind made up. And when we have our mind made up, we don't want God to tell us no. We know what we want to do. It makes sense to us. I'm sorry.
Okay, so these prophets, they knew they were lying, or you said
No.
they gave a lie? Okay.
He allowed. So here it is. Jehoshaphat knows he's not supposed to do it. But he wants somebody to tell him yes. So God says, okay, I've already told you no. But I will allow all people to tell you yes. So when they prayed, they wanted to please the king. Their first thought, notice what they said to Micaiah. He wants to be encouraged, so let your word be encouragement. They already knew what the king wanted to do. So when they prayed, they went, yes, God says yes.
They didn't really hear that wasn't God.
No.
They knew it wasn't God when they were saying it.
No, they did not know that.
That's what that's.
Their decision was, I want to please the king, not I want to hear from God. So when they prayed, they weren't listening for a no. They were listening for a yes, because they already knew what the king wanted to hear. So they heard what they wanted to hear. That's what happened when we pray. I want to move into that house. Lord, should I move into that house? Ooh, the Lord said yes. Well, no, he didn't. We were hoping he said yes. We wanted to hear a yes. So that's what we heard. But in the king's, it stems from the king knowing the no, but wanting a yes. They all knew he wanted a yes, so when they prayed, they heard yes.
That's not God's advice.
No. But it's hard to tell somebody the harsh truth. We want to encourage one another, right? Somebody says, oh, I'm going out for this job. We don't say, oh, you ain't gonna get that job. Now, there are a few people who will do that. We say, I can stay away from that person. I'm gonna stay positive. Our tendency is to want to encourage people, but that's not necessarily God. Our tendency is to want to say, yes, tomorrow that's going to happen, because that person believes it's going to happen. And so we want to encourage them. We'll pray, yes, God said yes, because we don't want to say even no. That'll make us feel bad and make them feel bad. So we don't even leave room for God to say no. Because we started the prayer with yes in our mind. Does that make sense? So God allowed it. Now the devil also knows that is really no. He's going to say yes. So they're calling it a lying spirit. It's the devil. If you already know no, but the devil wants to tell you yes, God already told you no. He's not going to outshout the devil. He already told you no. So when you pray, the devil will say, yes, of course. Yes, that's a yes. And you go, oh, I knew it. Because we wanted to hear that. So we're not really sincerely saying, Lord, what should I do? Jesus sincerely said, if it's possible, let this cup pass me by. But nevertheless, I'll go ahead to the cross. He sincerely wanted, but he didn't want to hear go to the cross. Who wants to hear that? Let them stab you in their spirit. Because he was a human. They were going to crucify him. He would wanted God to say, no, that's why the devil came to him and said, well, if you're really God, turn these bread into stone. I'll give you all these kingdoms. Jump down off the pinnacle and let the angels catch you. That would be the easier way. But Jesus knew God was going to do it the harder way. So I'm not going to listen to the devil the easier way. So we always want the easier way. We don't want to struggle. We don't want to start at the bottom and work our way up. We just don't want to do it the hard way. So we want God to do the miracle way. Yes.
So basically the power of evil. Evil has power. So,
Yes.
So what you're saying is evil has power.
And evil is anything that's contrary to God. It doesn't disguise itself as evil. It doesn't show up as I'm evil. You should listen to me. We want to do what we want to do. We already have it in our mind. We think it's a good thing. They weren't thinking it was a bad thing. We should go conquer Syria. But God was saying, no, you should wait. We don't want to wait. So we'll pray.